Thanksgiving week. Welcome to Panther Talk. Anish Shroff, Jim Szoke, Eugene Robinson, and the head coach of the Carolina Panthers. We'll get into Monday night. The team plane didn't land till a little after 6, so it is a tight week, and I kind of want to begin there because you get the Rams, maybe the best team in the NFL, coming here on Sunday. Short week for you guys. Everything is condensed. Can you just walk us through the coaching staff timeline for how preparation ensues for the remainder of the week?
So you take advantage of some windows. Last week we had a bonus day, and there's a portion of time there where you can kind of get set up for all the things you need to watch. Then you got to quickly shift your brain back into, okay, we're in full game plan mode here. We're playing the Niners, so that when we land, at 6:30 in the morning, you come straight into the office and all of your cut-ups, all of your things are organized to get ready to get to work. And that's really the process that we're in right now, is just going through our game plan. And you got to condense a Monday, Tuesday into one day, so that you're ready to talk to the players tomorrow, present, things to them. But again, we're just removed from a game, so we're in walkthrough mode to start off. And then we have to gauge the health of the group to say, okay, at some point we got to get out there, we got to get our timing and run around and do that. But initially, it's about just having that setup point so that we can condense things. Is there anything we can carry over, that makes sense from one week to the next? Kind of start there and then dive into the specific game plan for the Rams.
Well, Coach, how much would you dwell on this loss coming back home? And it was a lot of good things that were happening there, and there was some things that didn't happen. So how did you dwell on this loss as you move forward?
Yeah, we got to learn from the lessons and got to make sure that we connect with our players. And you're not going to be able to evaluate the full game together, but you can make cut-ups and you can say, here's a couple of things we did well. Here are some areas we really need to improve upon, fundamentally. So you take those things, try to move from there, go straight into the game plan, and start talking about the Rams.
I'm at this the point when, and particularly as a defensive back, there was a play early in the game where Christian McCaffrey does this little dive thing to pick up the first down that kind of extended the drive. And I'm under the impression, as Merrick was coming up, as he looks back at the quarterback and then he gets his eyes back, he loses his leverage ever so slightly. I thought that was such a pivotal play because it seemed like it's a non-play, but talk about how the details really spell out things, because getting your head back towards the opponent as opposed to looking at the quarterback to see what's going on makes a huge difference.
Absolutely. It's a leverage game. And assignment football, good things happen when you own your leverage, when you're in position. When interceptions happen because you owned your leverage and your feet are in the ground, your eyes are in the right spot. Breaking up passes, great tackling happens because you're in the proper leverage and you have help. And when you own outside leverage, you have a player inside that helps. And when you squeeze and team tackle, then you create more impact and you have an opportunity to affect the ball carrier and get him down in those situations. And so those are all the critical little things that we're working on.
A big part of the preparations is knowing what personnel you're going to have this week. It's a bit of a laundry list, of course, but what you could tell us here early in the week as far as availability and also the news of Trayvon Merrick getting the one-game suspension.
Yeah, so we're counting on our guys to step up. These are big opportunities for a bunch of players to help our team this week, and we'll hopefully get Trevin Wallace back on the inside this week. But Chris Barnes played really well in the game. And Bam Martin-Scott got in at the end and really flashed some speed, some length, some things that we've been seeing. And he's just been really conscientious in preparing and being ready to play. And Pete Hansen's done a great job, with Bam, just making sure that he's ready for that moment. So there's guys that can help us, and Jake Curhan has come in before on the offensive line side to help us, and he finished the game for us. So really counting on him to do that again. A good chance to see some more guys out there. And then, of course, at the corner spot, we got to see where JC's at. He's in the concussion protocol right now, but Caleb Evans played outside. Shaw Smith-Wade made some nice plays at corner as well. So some of the guys that have been developing while we've been here, we're going to count on this week.
Coach, to go back to Monday night, one of the things that we've noticed that you guys have done to other teams this year is when you've put together long drives and chewed up clock, you can get them out of their offensive rhythm. And 3 scoring drives for them took up 23-plus minutes off the clock. What does that do to your offense?
Well, it definitely, creates a challenge where you have to get going and find your rhythm pretty quickly, and got to give credit to the Niners. It's about third down efficiency as well. They had some explosive plays. Our defense did a great job, held them to 6 explosives on the day. But they were efficient, and on the first drive of the game, I want to say they were 4 for 4 or 5 for 5 on third down, where the flip side of that story was we were 1 for 7. And so we didn't allow ourselves to get rhythm. We didn't allow ourselves to get into it. And I got to take full accountability too. We got to get the run game going. And we got 2 amazing backs. Chuba's back. Rico looks great. We got to make sure that that's a part of what we're doing. So I put that on myself as well. But that also goes hand in hand with being efficient on third down, making at least half of those, give ourselves another rack so we can get deeper into our call sheet and allow the different things and the different presentation of how we're attacking to show up.
Coach, you mentioned that before when against the Saints to talk about being balanced. Being balanced, is that what you're talking about right now?
Absolutely.
Being balanced?
Absolutely. In the Saints game, it was a little bit of a different story, and we stuck with the run game and we saw success against the Dolphins. We saw success against the Cowboys where we stuck with the run game. We had some efficient passes and trying to find our explosives, where all of a sudden we have this explosion, if you will, at Atlanta with the pass game, and trying to make both things come to life. That's the goal, to be a balanced offense where you can be attacking in both phases.
Even in the loss, this offensive line continues with another combination and playing well. So just addressing that, you lose Chandler Zavala during the game, already without Cade Mays, but they were able to run effectively, only 1 sack given up in the game. Just how week after week they just performed collectively with whatever the number of players that are out there.
I love this group and the way they work together, the way that they're always communicating with each other is why it happens the way it does, because there's a lot of chemistry that happens in combination, whether it's in the run game or whether you're passing off a pass stunt or communicating the pressure that's coming. And they did a great job of picking up the blitzes, picking up pressures, and they blocked well in the run game. They got the play started. They got their combos were pushing up to the second level, and just love that I can count on those guys to step in and do the job and help their team.
And then, Coach, defensively, I mean, the DBs, JC and Mike Jack, 3 picks total in that first half. What did you see out of your secondary in particular?
Just aggressive play, great leverage, being in position, being connected to guys, whether they were cutting in or out. The guys were on the top hip. They were in great position to make those plays. And then just the hands to be able to, at full speed, cut in front of the guy and make the play. Just some really impressive play out of our DBs in that game.
And, Coach, I want to stay right there because I thought JC's one of his best interceptions was the second interception because he actually found work to go ahead and do because it never looked like he should even be anywhere near that area.
Absolutely, it was pattern recognition, understanding the formation and understanding the type of action that they were trying to execute, and seeing the concept. He knew what was happening. He understood that he didn't have anybody threatening in his side, and just followed the quarterback's eyes and made a great play right there. So that was a fantastic play in the game.
What's kind of your overarching message to the team after a long flight back? The effort and energy were there as far as, again, guys coming in and out of the lineup. But they're disappointed in not getting the win, coming off a big win the week before. Just as far as kind of the motivation, like how do you approach them as far as just the attitude moving into this week?
Let's go. It's that time of year, and unfortunately, we had some injuries. We have guys stepping up with great opportunities, and talked to them after the game and said, look, the rehab starts right now in terms of physical preparation. Like, we got to get hydrated. We got to get rested on this plane. Tomorrow's going to be a great rest day for the guys. And then we got to get back to work, get right back to our processes, making sure we're going through our game plan with detail, getting back to the fundamentals and basics that has led to our success.
5 games left in the year. You're still right in the middle of this thing. You got 2 against Tampa left, only a half game out of first. Do you address the P-word playoffs with this group?
Every game is a championship opportunity. We have to have that mindset. We have to approach our work that way. Every practice, every walkthrough, every meeting has a purpose. It's to prepare ourselves for championship moments, and each of these games, without a shadow of doubt, are championship opportunities, and we're fired up to get back to work, refocus, look at the things that we can improve upon, build on the things that we've been doing well so that we can continue to build this team.
And, Coach, how much self-evaluation do you do of your own self?
A lot, yeah, and I have great help. I have a bunch of people in the building that I talk to and I'm accountable to, and we look at what showed up and what didn't show up, and had a chance to talk about, okay, we got to make sure that this run game shows up for us. This has got to be about who we are, a part of what we're doing, and especially because of the impact that Rico and Chuba can make for this team.
All right, last thing, it's Thanksgiving week. It's early in this week, but last time we talked to you beforehand, with your football team and with your life, what are some of the things you're kind of thinking about this week as you get ready for this game as well?
Just incredibly grateful for all the people that all hands on deck in this building. Everyone from every floor of this whole place, how they pour their heart and soul into the players, into this organization, and it's all about winning, and it's taking care of each other with love and respect. But I just feel that I'm super grateful for all the people in the training room, in the cafeteria, the equipment staff, on on and on for just the selfless work that goes into making sure that the coaches, the players, that we all have everything we need to be successful. And so I'm super grateful for that.
All right, Dave, happy Thanksgiving on behalf of us.
Happy Thanksgiving.
No, Coach. Thank you.
Dave Canales here on the Carolina Panthers Radio Network.